Alright, it's a good thing we did that because this one was almost completely blocked and this one was half blocked. Or this one and this one, whatever. So now you just put them all back in, make sure you got your washer there. The next thing we really need to do is we need to look behind this plate right here. This is your accelerator plate. Now here's the problem with that. This has a diaphragm behind it that is very fragile, especially when it's been installed because it's partially made of rubber. These are made of cork so they can withstand the heat. These tend to melt, so when you pull them off, put them back on, they never seal right again. So there's an alternate solution. What we're going to do is we're going to fill these areas with carb cleaner and we're going to work it through the system. We're going to pump it into here and then shoot them through these jets, and if that means that there's any trash in here, it'll flow through. If these get clogged up again, no big deal, pull them back out and redo them. So we'll do that in a minute. For now I'm going to flip this around, and this is what I was talking about with the inspection wires. These are set to a certain deal and then they're got a wire run through them. Now, like I said, 5 years ago rebuild, you got these little O-rings right here. These are very important. If air leaks past these, you're going to get high idle or something. I've seen low idle, high idle, erratic idle. I've seen all kinds of stuff. So these are going to have to be replaced. So you're going to want to take these out and don't get these mixed up. These also have tiny little holes right in there. So I'm going to take the washer off. As you can see, it's completely destroyed. Set that there. Do the same for these. Now there's a chance that O'Reilly's or AutoZone or whatever your parts place choice is, O'Reilly's all the way for me, might have these little O-rings, but there's a chance they might not. So we'll see when we get there and get to that point. Set these out. Oh yeah, gotta double check these, make sure, yep, that's clean. And that's clean. And this carburetor is the right side, the passenger side. Really, these are your adjustments here. I don't really want to jack with any of that because you have to have special tools to get these balanced back out. And, you know, I don't have the money for those tools, so we're not going to deal with that. So, the next step is you can go ahead and pull the little jets out and take a look at them, make sure they're not clogged. The jet down in there seems to be in good shape. So I'm going to set this with this one right here, this O-ring. Be sure not to let it get caught on the gasket and tear it. So, down inside of here are your jets. I've already got it torn down. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to take the jets out. Take this piece out first. Then you use a screw. Now, I don't want to hear people, oh, you're going to tear it up, oh, you're stupid, whatever. You just gently put it in there. You don't wrench it down in there and destroy it. And there's your jet. This seems to be in excellent shape. Port down there is in great shape. Everything in it is just phenomenal. So just drop it back down in there. And put these all back in here. This is just double checking. I was rebuilding a carburetor one time and pulled the jet out and there was a whole bunch of spider web attached to it. So it's always good just double check it. Of course, this car has been babied. It's been under a car cover for 5 years, so didn't really have to worry much about this one. So, our next step is to go out to the garage and squirt some carb cleaner through this thing, see how it works. Alright, so now it's time to fill this up. This is the old carb cleaner, but it'll work. It's just lost its propellant. Almost all of its propellant. Fill it up. This will also help to wash any residue off the sides and shoot it out the bottom, so it doesn't go in your engine. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work the accelerator, which is going to work the diaphragm right here. Alright, well, we took it outside and attempted to work it without taking this off, but it's clogged. It's a good thing we took it off the car before we tried to start it, because we'd be there all day. So, these were 8mm bolts. These are 7mm bolts. You're going to take all those off. I already loosened them to save a little time. Except for whoever rebuilt it before either lost this bolt or something and put a 9/32 on it. Doesn't really make that much of a difference. But just more tools to work with. Sometimes these little lock washers are kind of hard to get out. Well, we got something in it, but it's still not coming out, so lightly pry up against this. There we go. And this is a 2-piece diaphragm. You have a gasket here and you have a gasket back over here. So this is a little cam right here, so you don't have to worry about little linkages or anything to take off. You just get it loose and slide it on off of there. It sounds easy, but there we go. See, diaphragm's made of rubber and it almost always tears because this big spring back here tears it up. Diaphragm has a tear in it anyway. That could be part of the problem right there. If you can see that, there's a split right there in it. So, diaphragm's garbage. Can't do nothing with it. So, make sure you don't lose your spring. And the second piece slides off. Of course, more fuel leaks out. And this only goes on one way. Don't try to force it on another way. And it also has a spring behind it. Luckily, I was just informed that we have a replacement diaphragm for this, so that's a good thing. But before you install the replacement diaphragm, you're going to want to clean all of this stuff out really, really well.